sure those airlock doors are secure. Yeah, we don't want to revisit movie night or anything like that.
Ads on the internet, just like taxes, are a scam.
Most things are scams, actually, if you think about it.
This is a scam. Well, nobody gives us money, so I guess it's not a scam. But it could be a scam if people gave us money. People should give us money, is what I'm getting at. Welcome back to Podcast Night on Gargantua-1. Please give us your money.
Please. I need it really bad right now, actually.
I'm Grimmia, and with me, as always, are the collection of art on my desk that is still a majority of Val Kilmer.
And with me, as always, the horrors.
I actually haven't brought in Laura Palmer downstairs yet. Still on the coffee table.
Is she dealing with horrors?
Always. Constantly.
Yeah.
Poor Laura. But today is a special episode because it's the tier list. It's the season wrap up. How many months ago? It's been like a month, I think, since our last episode. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. We've lost a subscriber on the YouTube.
Oh man, well, you're the fucking nerd, whoever unsubscribed.
Exactly.
You're not listening.
They're not listening.
So,
if you are
give us your money and then we make fun of someone immediately.
When was our February 4? So yeah, literally a month ago. Things, we were busy. Things were busy. It was a busy time. But this is our season wrap up. If you're unfamiliar with this, we do a tier list ranking all of the episodes. And I'll put the link to the tier list down below in the show notes or the YouTube description. If you're listening on Spotify, you're the only one.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You're so special.
You can't actually see the tier list, but that's okay. We have 5 tiers, S, A, B, C, and D, following the standard internet, S being super great and at the top, and D being dismal at the bottom. I don't know why the internet does that. I know it's something to do with Japan, but that's all I know.
Does what?
S is the best.
Oh,
Japan.
Government. Fucking government, man.
Our first episode of season 2 was Powerless in the Face of Death, and that was the season opener. The boys are dead. We have a whole montage of Rusty going through something.
Yeah. That was a good one. I liked that.
JJ was there for a little bit. Yeah. I mean, it kind of set up like Jonah was gonna be there, and him and Rusty would be the new not Jonah, Jonas. Rose. Yeah, they would be the Venture Brothers, but it wasn't.
That was like a little silly.
A gotcha moment.
They were like, "Ooh, this is gonna be a funny little." It didn't happen.
No, but it was a solid start to the season. I would put it in A tier, honestly.
Yeah, good. I'd say A. I mean, we've been so inconsistent with watching anything because we're so bad at our jobs. Which these aren't our jobs. We have other things that we do, and that's why we're bad at this. Because we're adults. And we took a long break for the summer, and it's been a rough year.
It's the winter.
It's been a rough year. But so I don't remember specifics, but I remember that episode was enjoyable. I would put it in A. That makes sense.
When did we watch? We started, oh my god, yeah, we started this in June. Okay, yeah, it's
so 8 months. While. Yeah. we've been sick. I have been for just like the unbelievable volume of just like random personal shit I've gone through in the
Last
past
8 months.
12 months is unbelievable. Like, my wife lost her job. Our car got wrecked. I lost my job. And then today I found out that my employment insurance has ended. So I need to find a job immediately. And for those of you who are like, well, why weren't you looking for one already? Because when I lost my job, I filled out a recall form that said if they call me back, I have to say yes. So I thought, okay, well, the EI will definitely like last me long enough until the recall period is over,
Yeah.
which would have been at the end of June, and it doesn't. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm just looking for a fucking job. Fuck. Not been great, but
It's been a time.
The horrors persist.
They always persist.
But so do I. There just might be a little bit of tears, but it's fine. Anyway, yeah, Powerless Fates of Death. It was good.
Our second episode was Hate Floats, which was
I don't remember anything about that one.
If Powerless in the Face of Death is kind of like hitting a reset button, and then Hate Floats was our actual premiere, in quotes that nobody can see. It's like the henchmen are going back to work for the Monarch.
Okay, yeah.
It's got 24 and 21 singing Mars, the Bringer of War.
I'm gonna pull the episodes up on my other monitor just so I can like click through them as like a little reminder.
The Monarch tries to get back together with Dr. Girlfriend.
Right.
They run into the Ventures at the mall.
The Phantom Limb is there.
Yeah, well, that's when the new henchmen, who are actual like gangbangers, show up.
Yeah.
They actually managed to kidnap Rusty.
Yeah. That was fine.
You say that about every episode.
No. Like Powerless Fates of Death, that was a good one. I liked that one.
This one solid.
This one was fine. Like, I'd say B.
Yeah. It's a good... We've had our reset. This is a good back to form for us.
Yeah. The next one is Assassinani 911.
Yes. Molotov.
I like that one. That one was great.
It was good.
It had a lot of good bits.
We had a flashback about Brock.
Yeah. It was very, very silly.
Oh, yeah, and Hank was down bad for fucking Molotov, and that... Was that the one where he had the weird... He accidentally touched that dart, and he had the weird dream?
I think so. That... The wiki does not have a plot synopsis for that, but it does
really?
have...
Oh, no, it doesn't. Huh.
Yeah, it's just... But no,
It's a lot of Brock.
Again,
it's a Brock episode. There's a lot about Brock in there.
The majority of what I remember of this episode was very, very good.
Hank has a crush on Brianna. I would put it B tier, honestly.
I would say A, because I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it a lot.
Episode...
Okay. Escape to the House of the Mummies Part 2, S.
S tier. Absolute S tier.
Like, simply for the fact that Part 1 and Part 3 aren't real, it's just like the middle portion
of a three-parter episode we'll never find out.
So fucking funny. Like, simply for the premise alone. Like, it's the same as the Meepless in Seattle episode of Phineas and Ferb. Where, if you don't know, they did the first episode with Meep, and I don't remember what it was called. And then at the end, they did like a trailer for Meepless in Seattle, and they were not planning to make the episode, so they just strung a bunch of random shit into the trailer.
Yeah.
And the reaction to the trailer was so positive, they were like, "Oh,
we got to do this."
Like, we have to make a real episode. We'd have to connect all the random crap we stuck in this trailer. And they're like, we're going to do it. We're going to do every single scene and line we had in this trailer. We're going to put in the episode. It's going to make sense. And they did it. That's what this makes me think of. But like in the other way, where it's like, we're just going to do part 2. There's no
Yeah.
punchlines. You
Like-
don't know.
Like the trailers in Planet Terror and Death Proof weren't real
Yeah.
movies, and then later there was
Several
much.
of them have become real movies, like
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Which is
Thanksgiving,
one of the
which is.
grossest movies. It was just called Thanksgiving.
I thought it was Thanksgiving.
Nope. Patrick Dempsey's the killer in that movie. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, it is just called Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a different, really bad movie.
Don't fucking trust McDreamy, guys. I told you.
I never did. Anyways, I hated him.
Shouldn't have. I hated him from the start.
Oh wow, that just came out. Huh. Well, like within 2 years. Anyway,
it's good. It's just also the grossest movie I've ever seen. The kills on that are really grim. Anyways, Escape to the House of the Mummy.
We've got Poe. We've got the Perfect Man. We've got Caligula.
The Master.
Not for long, but we have to get some good Orpheus action in here.
Yeah, it was just good.
Everybody. I don't think actually it doesn't have any of the Monarch, but it's got everybody.
Yeah.
Episode 5 is my favorite episode because it's the first episode I ever watched. 20 Years to Midnight. Which is the Grand Inquisitor shows up and Rusty has to, and the gang, including like JJ and the boys and the pirate captain, they all have to go collect pieces of this thing to go build.
Oh, I remember that. That was a good one.
The Impossibles are there? Are they in the Impossibles?
Yes, because that's where Sally and JJ
Richard,
kind of are like.
yeah. I would put it at S tier because I love this episode.
I will agree with you that it's also I also just like the heavy-handed Fantastic Four references in it, which are great, and it's special to me.
There's a lot going on, and like this episode was longer than they anticipated. They had to remove a couple of bits from it. But I think didn't we even got like some of the original Team Venture guys in this one, didn't we? Colonel Gentleman showed up to give
Quiz
the boys...
Boy was there, yeah. Oh no, Quiz Boy was in the other episode.
Yeah. Colonel Gentleman was here to give the boys something.
No, it was a good episode. I agree.
Johnny
also
Quest.
Next episode is Victor Echo November.
And the boys go on a date?
Yeah. This one, I would say B.
Yeah, it's all right. Like I like the part with the boys, and that's really about it.
As we go on with the show, I progressively like stuff that the boys do more than stuff that like anyone else does because the boys are so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like to just an incredible degree of absolutely hilarious. So
like the Monarch's in there also on a date, but I'm just kind of
whatever. The boys,
they had a time. They got stuck in the bathroom.
The brothers venture.
Hank humped a fucking hand dryer.
Good for him. You know what? Yeah.
I do wish we would get more of Kim, like more of her like joining the not the OSI, the guild and shit, but it's all right.
You can't pick up every plot thread, unfortunately.
Yeah. Next is Love Bites. Dean gets engaged to S tier, really. Dean gets engaged to Baron Underbite.
It's so good.
It is.
Like I love that bit so much. It's
and they accidentally help a coup at Underbite or in Underland.
Hank's dressed up as Batman the whole time. I just
at the costume contest.
There was a lot about the episode I really enjoyed in this one. So yeah, S. I actually, like retrospectively, I love a lot of.
This is a very Hank.
It's a good season.
Yeah, it's a good season. It's a very Hank-centric episode, and I know he's your favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
He's funny.
Wonderbite was like all right as a villain. I mean, he had like potential, but he didn't really ever do anything with it.
Yeah, he just got deposed in his second episode, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Like, hey, what if you just fail immediately? Oh, okay.
Colin Arches is next. Orpheus's team, the Order of the Triad, gets to interview for their arch. The Monarch kidnaps a hooker. Oh, and then this has the walking eye. And Rusty's really awkward
oh yeah.
rocking eye washing. I like this episode.
That one was great.
I loved anything to do with the Order of the Triad.
One.
This is a season full of bangers.
This is it's like I said, like I retrospectively, there's a lot of bangers in this one. Like even the next one, which is Guess Who's Coming to State Dinner.
With the president, yeah.
Yeah, so it's so
with
funny.
Handstrung?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna have any C or D.
We might not. We have super, we have awesome, we have banger, we have crap, and we have dismal.
Cool and dismal.
Cool and dismal. Yeah, no, like it's great. Man-Strong was just so funny. Start to finish, just such a great
listen to your mother.
Oh my gosh, I know what the case yeah, probably legitimately like S or A again. Like
with Myra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and this is when we get Henry Killinger. He has to go in S tier.
Gosh, yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, and Henry Killinger just shows up and solves the Monarch's problems.
Yeah.
That's great.
And we get to see how incredibly competent Dr. Girlfriend is when she's like going through the fucking lasers and shit.
Yeah. Viva Los Muertos, again, S tier because of the groovy gang.
The groovy gang.
Like the amount of the parodies in this show are so good.
When they fucking hit,
they're done from a place of like, we love this thing we're parodying.
Yeah.
Like bad parody is when you're like, wow, thing sucks. I'm gonna parody the thing. And it's like, no, now you failed. If you think, wow, this thing's good, I like it. Now I'm gonna make fun of it. Perfect. You can always tell when parody is done from like a place of love or a place of hate.
Yeah.
And hate-filled parody sucks.
We also got like a different perspective in Viva Los Muertos because we started off with Venture's Time.
Yes. It was a great episode overall. The boys briefly find out about the clones. Rusty, there lies to them.
This is his only time at doing successful science, and this is something his dad invented that he's managed to keep going. That's it.
Yeah.
The only thing he hasn't turned to suck yet.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And then Showdown at Cremation Creek 1 and 2. I don't want to put more in S, but like
they're S tiers.
The Showdown at Cremation Creek 1 is just nothing of note happens until the end.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of like
setup
hey,
for 2.
What can we it was not even a setup. It's just like how what fun character moments can we set up with everyone, all of our main characters being in the same place and they can't fight.
Yeah, because otherwise Dr. Girlfriend will leave and
we don't, and he doesn't. Monarch doesn't want that. So what are we gonna do, right? Like, okay, Hank and the bug guy, they're gonna bond over the geeky stuff. Yeah. It's like, and so it's just we're gonna have fun character moments, and we're gonna pack it full of references with the wedding guests, and it's just gonna be great. And we're gonna put David Bowie in there. They
did try to get David Bowie. I wish they did.
Yeah.
It's something he would do, I feel like. He did do Zoolander. So I feel like this would have been in the realm of something he would do.
Did The Prestige.
That's true.
He played Nikola Tesla.
That's true. I forgot about that. We were talking about that at work.
So it's a great movie. You guys should watch that movie at work.
We were talking about there's gonna be another Now You See Me movie.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I know I've seen the first two. I don't remember what happens.
The first one is really, really, really good until the end. When it suddenly twist revealed that the FBI agent who's been chasing them the whole time is actually... And the thing is, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, why would you?
Like, they tried to justify it and be like, oh, well, he was like helping them from behind the scenes and they just didn't know. Yeah, but things happen that he apparently controls that harm him.
Why would you do that? Well, commit to the bit. You commit to the bit. But
like, there, I forget some of the reasons, but there was like specific things where it's like, there is no way he could have done this or controlled this or what the fuck. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
I haven't seen it since it came out.
It's not worth it. And then, of course, Showdown at Cremation Creek 2, which takes all the setup from part 1 and just goes balls to the wall with it.
Absolutely fucking insane. There's a fight in the Grand Canyon. Iggy Pop is there.
Yeah. So again, S tier for both of them.
S tier.
Yeah. It was a great season. Like, the thing is, season 1 was good, but this season got me in. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Now this is really good.
We have, hang on. Somewhere we have
probably in the video.
Season 1. Well, that's the season 1 chart. I don't even.
You could go to the video
that
we have and look at the end of it. Oh,
yeah, I think I have it saved on my computer.
That's a terrible idea. I'm so stupid.
Why would I go to a video?
Why would we go to the thing that we know has the information?
I'm smart.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Very smart. Very
good. Why did I do it like this? With random clips from the thing?
I don't know. This is much easier to look at. This is a lot. This is so much better with the little title squares.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing the title squares. What?
Though it also potentially looks like something that didn't load properly.
That's true.
Rather than like putting in episode images, it's just titles.
We had 5 in S tier for season 1.
Okay. What was the lowest tier we had?
D. We kept all the same tiers, and it was
No, like what was the what ranked the lowest? Like, did we have anything in D? Did we have anything in D?
We did. Hang on, I'm trying to zoom. Are you there, God? It's me, Dean. Dean gets
that low?
Testicular torsion.
Oh.
I don't know.
I think I can see why we would have put that in D. I don't know. Maybe we're just feeling really charitable today, and like tomorrow we'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Like, season 1 is a good setup for the premise of the show. Season 2, bunch of bangers. 3, 4, 5 onward, it's just bangers all the way through.
It's like the first season of any show it's growing pains.
Rough. Yeah, I just recently watched the first season of Parks and Rec again.
I was about to say the first season of Parks and Rec is shit.
Yeah, my friend,
because they're like, hey, what if
to when Adam Scott shows up?
They're like, hey, what if we did The Office?
But better.
And they did, and it was bad. And then they're like, what if instead of doing The Office, we just let these characters be nice?
Yeah,
and it was great. That was really like that was like the biggest change between seasons 1 and 2 was, okay, so in The Office the joke is that everyone's kind of a dick except Aaron, and nobody except Jim and potentially Dwight is very good at their job, you know. And I know Office fans argue like, oh no, but like the people who are good at their jobs are like background characters, like Michael Scott's not good at his job.
No.
And so they were like, okay, Amy Poehler also won't be good at her job. And, you know,
she's fiercely competent.
Yeah. But in season 1, she's fiercely incompetent and basically got her job through nepotism. And then they're like, no, she got her job by being so overwhelmingly, powerfully good at this that there was no way anyone could tell her no. Like if she didn't get the job, she just would have taken it somehow anyway. But they basically stripped away everyone's not like rough edges, but like outright meanness.
Yeah. Like
and
even
then made
they're still a
everyone
little
competent.
rough people, but not like
well, like April's still
That's
like kind of like snarky and nasty, but she's not actually like cruel.
Mean, yeah.
She says, "Oh, I'm gonna kill people and murder them," but she's not cruel. Even to Anne, who she doesn't like, she's not excessively cruel. She just ignores her. Right? Ron goes from like Ron is just kind and manly and good, and it's just even Chris Pratt's character Andy, who in the first season is like kind of a manipulative boyfriend, is basically just retconned as like, no, he's just dumb.
He is.
Like, he is so stupid, and he was so dumb, and he like late series versions of the characters would never ever associate with their earlier incarnations.
Donna
except
might.
Tom. No, early Donna is a background character.
Right.
She's completely flat. She's nothing.
She gets more in season 2.
Yeah, Donna is great, but like
I love Donna. She's
early Leslie would be destroyed by post-game Leslie. Late Andy would be like, "Why did you lie to Anne about your leg?
Why were you so mean to Anne? And we love Anne.
Not like Anne's super cool. Like, I mean, April's also cool and she's cooler, but like, why are you being mean to Anne? That's not nice, Late season Ron would be like, why are you doing any work for the government at all?
I feel like late season Tom would not vibe with early season Tom.
No,
he grows a lot.
There's so much character growth, and then the addition of Rob Lowe and Adam Scott like just put everything together, and then they got rid of Paul Schneider, and it was perfect.
I really like Adam Scott's character. There's a lot of
useful... Is this your new white boy? Is this your new white guy?
He's always been one. We should update that. We should do that. That should be a special. We still have that list, and I can update it for other mediocre white men.
We did. Do we have anything else we want to discuss this episode, or is this just like a short one where it's like,
actually, that's really all we have. Like, we did our tier list. We'll be back.
Like I said, I got bad news today, guys, and I'm okay being open about it on the internet. Because what else am I gonna do? Keep it to myself? Gross. No, I just don't have the energy to go on like fun tangents today.
Just fair. This is a little more directed.
And I'll make it up next time, beginning of season 3.
Season 3. We're doing it. We only have a lot more episodes to go, actually.
Yeah. So if everyone can manifest me getting a job, that'd be really cool.
13. There's 13 in season 3.
Nice. 16
in season 4.
29.
Season 4 was split between 2 years, 2009 and 2010, with like a lengthy gap in between.
How many episodes is that? Oh, 16, you said?
Mm-hmm. Plus a special.
Un special?
Yeah, we got a special in season 4. Season 5 was only 8 episodes, but we got a Halloween special in season 5.
Nice.
So at 39. Season 6, another 8 episodes with a special. Some of these I don't. This is gonna be fun. Because I've seen a lot of seasons 1 through 4.
Yeah.
And then 5 onwards, I haven't seen as often. And then 10 episodes in season 7. 1 movie. So that's 58 episodes and a movie. In theory, if we did this weekly, that wouldn't be that much. If we stayed on target, this would only take us, like 14 and a half months. So a little over a year if we stay
so
on
it's
target.
going to take us 3 years.
Hey, well, you know, that gives us something to do for the next 3 years.
Yeah. No, we'll be honestly like right now. That's like I kind of detailed. I've had a lot of really not tight stuff happen, and I've been reacting to it really poorly, and I have not had energy to do anything, which sucks. I don't like it.
Especially when you want to do fun stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is fun. I like doing this. I like doing this. I like doing streams. I like doing YouTube. But when life is kind of, I don't know, kicking your ass, you don't want to put in the effort on stuff, even if it's fun. You're just like, I'm going to read a book.
Go cry.
Basically, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for me. I will see you guys in the 3rd season of Venture Bros.
It won't take
which
us
is not the
2
3rd
years.
season of our show. Every Venture Bros thing is actually 1 season of our show.
Every episode is a new season.
Each show we cover will be a new season.
I think the way I have it organized on Spotify breaks each season into a season.
Yeah, I mean, I would personally consider it like a chapter of a season, but like it doesn't matter.
And I have it on
nothing's real.
On the YouTube playlists, it has them broken down between season 1, season 2.
Yeah.
Or the Kilmer cast, which you have to subscribe.
Yeah.
For that.
Which you should subscribe.
Which actually is now the commentary cast.
Oh, we were gonna do a commentary cast this week of
oh yeah, that's right.
Mouth Madness.
You know, force people to watch
read Sutter Kane. Force people to watch what? They didn't even come to the last movie and they voted for that movie. Idiots.
Fools. They don't know what they're missing.
Yeah, they missed me forgetting to hit record on Sky High. No, wait, I didn't hit record. My mic was muted.
Your mic was
That's
muted.
what happened.
And we had the eye.
The eye. Kurt Russell and the eye. Honestly, in like 2 months, we should redo that movie. Because our bits for that.
I think it was just me thirsting over War and Peace and Kurt Russell.
We fucking cleared on that movie. I thirsted for Mary Elizabeth Winstead. We just bullied Will a bunch. It was so good.
Kiss like every 5 seconds.
But there's that one where just you kiss. Like, it's like a little goblin demanding thing.
I do it whenever there's like a tense moment and people are yelling at each other, and like it's usually 2 guys or 2 girls and they're never gonna fucking kiss. And
I'll do it in wrestling. People be on like, okay, now kiss.
I do it all the time in Cobra Kai and they never do it. And then we were
watching
watching
this. Johnny LaRusso. When will Daniel LaRusso and Johnny kiss?
Never do. And then we were watching the last season, and these other 2 senseis are like yelling at each other, and Guppy's like, kiss? And then they fucking kissed. I'm like, nice. Why doesn't it work when I do it? Coffee members can listen to Podcast Night on Gargantua-1 early. Link available in the show notes or YouTube description.
My brain was about to jump straight to the intro question. Wow.
Hey, we don't have.
Who are we? You don't need to know that. All that matters is the story.
Yep.
If you're enjoying what our mystery show is doing, there are numerous ways to support the show on our Beacons page.
Show?
Yes, I did. Mystery TTRPG Theater 5000.
Catch the chaos live on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on twitch.tv/theforgottentroop.
So, okay, just real quick before I go. So we have the new Karate Kid movie coming out.
That's true.
And does that tie into Cobra Kai?
I believe it does.
Because what I find very weird is from my understanding, Cobra Kai is a comedy, right?
Yes. Well, it's like a dramedy, but yeah.
But it's like it's funnier than the Karate Kid movies, or like it's intentionally
it's
funnier.
It's supposed to be funny. Yeah.
So it's like you have Cobra Kai, And then it's like you smash cut over to Daniel in Karate Kid Legends with like moodier lighting and dramatic music. It's like, what the fuck is he doing over there?
Cobra Kai is shockingly
hell is
dramatic
this?
for being a goofy little show.
Oh, and I don't mean it's not dramatic, but I mean like lighting wise and just composition. It's just like this is a very different environment than Cobra Kai.
Like
was.
once they go into like tournaments, then it gets all like super dramatic fucking.
Yeah. Have I ever read? I sent it to you, but did you ever read the Holy Trilogy of the Karate Kid?
Maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna read it in its entirety right now.
Okay.
For where did I put it?
Yeah,
oh,
the new
classics.
The new Karate Kid is going to basically be merging the Ralph Macchio timeline with the Jackie Chan timeline.
Okay, let's see. How long of a read is this? 18 to 23 minutes. All right. Let's fucking go.
Adding for content.
This is so this is the Holy Trilogy of the Karate Kid. It's written by ESPN Page 2 by Bill Simmons. Okay. He's called the sports guy. Webster's definition for a trilogy: a series of 3 dramas or literary works, or sometimes 3 musical compositions closely related and develop a single theme. Sports Guy's definition for a movie trilogy: a series of 3 dramas in which the first movie did so well they couldn't help themselves, so they brought everyone back to make more money in an uninspired sequel. Only that one did pretty well too, so they brought everyone back again for a 3rd movie just to beat the dead horse completely into the ground. Which brings us to the Karate Kid trilogy. Sure, there was allegedly a 4th installment, The Next Karate Kid, featuring Hilary Swank, but as far as I'm concerned, that movie never happened. You hear me? Just like Rocky 5, Another 48 Hours, Caddyshack 2, Another Midnight Run, Fletch 2, Maid, Slapshot 2, Breaking the Ice, the final season, Rhino 2.0, and everything else, The Next Karate Kid never happened. Just for additional context, I don't know how old this is. It does not have a date on it, but it's like pretty old. And my dad printed this off for me many years ago, and that's when I first read it.
So, I'll also link this in the show.
Yes, it's in my server. For my money, the Karate Kid franchise lived and died with the immortal Ralph Macchio as Daniel LaRusso, and it remains the most memorable sports movie trilogy of all time. And since that trilogy ran the gamut from superb to awkward to, wait a second, this isn't really happening, is it? We might as well recap the LaRusso era once and for all. Here's a closer examination of all 3 films in order. You guys ready for this? The Karate Kid. Quite simply, one of the best 15 sports movies of all time. Please ignore the ludicrous Page 2 voting, which omitted The Karate Kid, Fast Break, and Major League, and featured a chick flick, Bull Durham, at number 1. The dumbest, most outrageous thing in the history of Page 2, and for the love of God, I will not argue about this. Any best sports movie list that does not feature either Hoosiers or The Naturals' number 1 pick shouldn't even count. Back to the brilliance of the Karate Kid. I might just start like amending this a little bit as I go through, just to like keep it a little tighter, but we'll see. Back to the brilliance of the Karate Kid. For one thing, terrific plot. Lovable loser Daniel moves to California, feuds with a band of moped-riding karate bullies, gets his butt kicked repeatedly, turns to a Japanese maintenance man for guidance, learns karate, learns about life, falls in love, enters a tournament against the bullies, gets injured in the semifinals, rallies back to fight his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend in the finals, improbably gets the win. The end. And you forget this now, but Mr. Miyagi's character was a stroke of genius at the time. A cross between Mickey from Rocky, Pop from The Longest Yard, and Confucius. Who didn't love Mr. Miyagi? That character was so well written, it actually won Pat Morita a Best Supporting Actor Oscar nomination, which is the 1984 equivalent of Mr. Belding from Saved by the Bell being nominated for an Oscar in 2005. This is also Ralph Macchio's defining movie, and that sentence is funny enough in itself. But seriously, who else could have played Daniel-san? By the end of the movie, you actually believe that Daniel could beat everyone from Cobra Kai in a tournament, and 2, he would have no problem wooing a young Elizabeth Shue, which remains one of the all-time movie stretches. Hey, this kid's 5'7", weighs 100 pounds, he can't defend himself, has no money, no car. We run in different social circles, his mom has to drive him on dates, and everyone hates him. I think I'm in love. Wait, we're just getting started. The supporting cast was superb, including Morita Shue as Allie with an I, one of those rare sports movie girlfriends who brings something to the table, and Martin Kove as Cobra Kai's evil sensei John Kreese, who sweep the leg order. I mean, it's one of the more secretly chilling movie scenes. And didn't you love the Cobra Kai? They were like an Aryan karate machine, weren't they? Why isn't anyone open to Cobra Kai chain of studios across America? If you were studying karate, wouldn't you want to study at the Cobra Kai? Couldn't they at least sell the Cobra Kai karate outfits online? Has there ever been a better Roto team nickname movie homage than Cobra Kai? I could go on all day.
I would like to point out in this article, they misspell Kreese's name, it's with a K, and Martin Kove's last name, which is also with a K.
Okay.
Indeed.
Indeed. 3 underrated gas movies really helped the cause here. Randy Heller as Mrs. LaRusso, one of my favorite Hollywood moms of the 80s. You know, in a 5-year span, Randy played Gabe Kaplan's wife in Fast Break, Ken Reeves' stripper girlfriend in The White Shadow, and Danielson's mom in The Karate Kid. And then she was never seen again. And I guess my point is, you don't need to work anymore with a resume like that. Billy Zabka's watershed performance as Johnny Lawrence, which launched his much-lauded career as a definitive 80s movie villain. In my opinion, he has entered that rare group of actors who need only go by one name: Eastwood, Stallone, Hanks, Cruise, Nicholson, and Zabka. Note, some of my readers have been pining for a Billy Zabka DVD collection. Karate Kid, just one of the guys I'm back to school with, director's commentary from Zabka and deleted scenes. And frankly, there's still time. They could even call it Zabka! Exclamation point. It's a no-brainer. And 3, the Cobra Kai flunky who screams, "Get him a body bag! Yeah!" during the climactic Daniel Johnny fight scene, which emerges as a signature movie quote from the 80s. Some other classic moments. Miyagi saving Danielson on Halloween night and wiping out the Cobra Kai. Miyagi and Danielson trying to catch flies with chopsticks. The well-filmed scene when Daniel's trying that balancing thing on the beach. The emotional 16th birthday party when Miyagi gives Danielson one of his antique cars. Daniel and Allie's first date, one of those hokey, we're on a date and having a good time, 80s montages. Daniel crashing Allie's country club party, then getting a plate of spaghetti on him, prompting another classic 80s device that everyone's laughing at me and I need to get out of here scene. And don't forget these.
Hang on, another error. It's Daniel's 18th birthday.
Okay. And don't forget these
Very
crucial
important.
wrinkles. A random appearance by Bananarama's Cruel Summer during the scene when Daniel gets kicked off the soccer team. Miyagi teaching Danielson karate by forcing him to perform household chores like painting fences, sanding floors, and waxing cars. That always killed me. Daniel's son somehow learns karate from all this while Miyagi gets his house remodeled. Only in Hollywood. Miyagi's surreal ability to massage any injured part of the body and bring it back to life. I don't even have a joke here. The inspiring All Valley Karate Tournament montage, one of my favorite sports movie sequences ever.
Under 18 All Valley.
Taken to the next level by that "you're the best around, nothing's ever going to keep you down" song. I've probably watched this sequence 455 times in my life, and if it was showing on HBO 8 right now, I'd be taking a break for 456. I love when Daniel beats Dutch, the white-haired kid played by Chad McQueen, who'd eventually make a name for himself on Skinamax. In real life, would Danielson have ever beaten Dutch? Probably not. Even in the movie, they skimp over that fight because they know it's improbable. Still a great sequence, capped off by Daniel's leg injury, Miyagi's massage trick, a chill scene when Danielson limps out of the room to fight Zabka. He's going to fight. Daniel's going to fight, and of course, the crane kick. Enough said.
Illegal kick to the head.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Karate Kid was a little too good, which means we had to deal with The Karate Kid Part 2. This is where the column actually gets funny, like really good. And in 3, I start losing my shit. So I haven't read this out loud. While preparing for this column, I realized I hadn't seen Karate Kid 2 in years. That led to this exchange between me and the guy answering phones at my local Hollywood video store. "Hey, I was wondering if you guys had Karate Kid 2 in." Dead silence. "You know, the sequel to Karate Kid?" The guy, a little frightened. Yeah, we do." "Me? Great, I'm coming down right now to pick it up." Guy picking up his other phone to alert local police. "Sure. I'm telling you, you haven't really died a slow death in life until you've entered a video store and muttered the words, 'Hi, I'm the guy who called about Karate Kid 2. Anyway, it's just excruciating as I remembered. Probably the highlight comes in the beginning, which picks up right where Karate Kid 1 left off when Kreese breaks Zabka's second place trophy, then tries to attack Miyagi before punching through 2 car windows and passing out. Thoroughly enjoyable, most notably because Zabka and his Cobra Kai cronies wheedled another paycheck out of the deal, but it's all downhill from there. A quick recap. Miyagi's father in Okinawa dies, so Miyagi decides to fly to Japan. Since Ali dumped Daniel-san, he has no friends, nothing to do all summer. This prompts a painful scene in which Daniel-san arrives at the airport just as Miyagi is boarding his plane, leading to some "please let me come with you" begging, and this hair-raising quote, "Mr. Miyagi, you're more important than college, you're more important than anything to me." This was the point in the trilogy in which the Daniel-Miyagi relationship could officially be described as, quote, "a little uncomfortable."
Daniel doesn't have a dad.
For
some clarification,
you're
he
more
has
important
no
than
dad.
anything to me?
He spends his college money on the plane ticket to go to Okinawa. Yeah.
Still. So they fly to Japan together. Everyone worries that they might join the Mile High Club on the flight. Turns out that Miyagi fled Okinawa after stealing his best friend's girlfriend and the friend Sato. challenged him to a death match or something. The old girlfriend is still around caring for Miyagi's father, and in what the actual fucks, she has a daughter who digs Daniel-san. Unfortunately, Sato is still around as well, accompanied by his evil nephew,
Chosen.
best described as the Japanese Zabka, the Jay-Z.
His name is Chosen.
Japanese Zabka?
Chosen.
Japanese
They do
Zabka.
bond in Cobra Kai over how they bullied Daniel.
Japanese Zabka. Zabka.
Yeah.
And we go from there. The JZ immediately starts feuding with Daniel. It doesn't matter if he's in America or Japan, folks. There's just something about Daniel that rubs people the wrong way.
I would bully Ralph Macchio.
Sato tries to... Wouldn't you also kiss him, though?
No.
Okay. Sato tries to goad Miyagi into a death match, calling him a coward about 160 different times. Some property is destroyed. Daniel-san and Miyagi both find true love, and fortunately not with each other. There's even a great hit song from the 80s, Peter Cetera's Glory of Love. I would tell you more, but it was difficult for me to watch the movie with blood pouring from both eyes. Maybe the only enjoyable twist was the birth of the Ralph Macchio face. Scene after scene of people threatening either him or Miyagi in Japanese, while Macchio squints his eyes, lurches his body forward, and opens his mouth in disbelief. He's so annoying that right around the middle of the movie, you turn against him and start openly rooting for the Japanese Zabka to kill him, and it almost happens. After Sato and Miyagi bury the hatchet, after an improbable hurricane scene, everyone in the village gathers for a conciliatory ceremony, which gets interrupted rudely when the Japanese Zabka hijacks Daniel-san's girlfriend with a knife, forcing Daniel to fight him to the death. As Miyagi-san says, Daniel-san, this not tournament, this for real. Thanks for clarifying that. You can guess how it turns out. With Daniel-san on the verge of losing, everyone starts shaking those little Japanese two-sided drum thingies that they should totally hand out at baseball games, and inspired, he knocks the Japanese Zabka unconscious with an absurd barrage of two-handed punches, saves his Japanese girlfriend, and guarantees himself a happy ending. And the movie ends happily. Just a dreadful film, and not even in a good way. It should have ended here, and yet, inexplicably, for whatever reason, it spawned another sequel. The Karate Kid Part 3. Okay, do you have any comments before we get into Part 3, Grimmia?
Yeah, in Part 2, Daniel wins his college money back, basically. And then he does like a bet at a bar or something where he breaks a bunch of ice blocks. And
How
then
do you feel?
Immediately spends it on a bonsai tree shop for Part 3.
How do you feel about the Ralph Macchio face?
It's stupid.
Can you picture it from his description of it?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. The Karate Kid Part 3, good God, where do we begin? Back in the 90s, you had a 75.638% chance of catching Karate Kid 3 on one of 3 HBO channels at any time. I'll never forget the spring when I was vacationing in the Caribbean. Our hotel TV had 6 channels, including Spanish HBO. Needless to say, one morning it was showing with Spanish dubbing. You couldn't get away from it if you tried. Fortunately, if there was a Hall of Fame for enjoyably bad movies, Karate Kid 3 would have its own wing. Ralph Macchio turns the college-age Daniel, which would have been fine, except for the fact that he weighs about 200 pounds, is at least 35 years old, and has suddenly and inexplicably developed a Charles Barkley-sized rear end. The sight of him wearing jeans is enough to crack up an entire room, and I've seen it happen. I haven't seen Karate Kid 3, so I hope this is accurate.
It's... You know what? It is a movie.
Is the description of Ralph Macchio in this movie so far accurate?
Yes. That's
size-wise? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Since it wouldn't be a Karate Kid movie unless someone was trying to ruin Daniel's life, they create a plot centering on the millionaire friend of Kreese, who fell on hard times after Zabka lost the championship. Blaming Daniel-san, the rich guy, played in career-ending fashion by Thomas Ian Griffith, develops an elaborate plan to deceive Daniel and Mr. Miyagi, hoping to eventually destroy them both. Honestly, I wish he had. Some lingering questions and thoughts from 95, delightfully unappealing minutes. Why did the rich guy devote weeks of his life to destroying Daniel-san and Mr. Miyagi? Didn't he have anything more important? My cat's here. Didn't he have anything more important on his plate than bringing down a teenage karate champion? Was he saying to himself, you know, I feel good about my stock holdings this month. I think I'll take some time off and browbeat an 18-year-old kid. We might never know. Once the rich guy started training Daniel-san, why didn't Daniel realize that his new sensei was evil? Especially when his training regimen consists of instructions like punch these wooden boards with your bare hands till they start bleeding. Why in God's name was Daniel still hanging out with Mr. Miyagi? How come he couldn't make any friends that were within 45 years of his own age? In one scene, he kicks off a date by bringing the girl over to meet Mr. Miyagi, essentially saying, hey, instead of going out, let's go meet my 85-year-old Japanese buddy, Mr. Miyagi. He's weird, talks and grunts, and his first name is Mystery. You'll love this guy. What was he thinking? Seriously, what was he thinking? Was there a bigger loser in the history of Hollywood lead characters than Daniel? And does this explain why so many people went out of their way to antagonize him? Do you realize in the span of 12 months, this kid was terrorized by 3 groups of people in 2 different countries? What are the odds? Well, couldn't this kid catch a break? Was he really that bad? I'm brimming with rhetorical questions. This movie dumbfounds me. Can you be dumbfounded? Well, we're here. Why is it so damn hard to find a good bonsai tree? And why can the simple phrase, I must stay focused, feel so inspirational and life-altering? All right, where was I? All right, apparently the Karate Kid 3 writers had a meeting where this exchange happened. I think we should have the rich guy recruit a bully from out of town to help terrorize Daniel-san. Yeah, we'll name him Mike Barnes. He could be a renowned teenage karate champ with a mean streak. That's just what I was thinking, like an over-the-top Zabka. Yes, and in the finals, Daniel-san somehow beats him. Perfect, the audience will never see it coming. When Daniel-san finds out the rich guy's been working for Kreese all along, they confront him at the Cobra Kai studio, pushing him around a little, then crossing their arms and laughing like cartoon villains at him before Miyagi saves the day. You can't measure this on the unintentional comedy scale. It's impossible. I can't believe everyone was filming with a straight face that day. That reminds me, when you're watching this movie with buddies and pulling the Mystery Science Theater routine, remember this tip. Every time Daniel-san and Mr. Miyagi have a scene together, crack jokes in the Mr. Miyagi voice like, Daniel-san, take off your shirt. Miyagi show you special massage trick. Guaranteed laughs for the whole room. It gets contagious. Pretty soon, everyone will be saying things like, you know, Daniel-san, you built a little like Miyagi's first wife. Never gets old. Finally, why didn't the Karate Kid 3 writers think of a better ending? They should have gone with a WWE-style twist for the final 20 minutes. First, the rich guy buys off Miyagi, only Daniel doesn't know about it. Before the finals of the tournament, the rich guy shows up with John Kreese and his new girlfriend, Elizabeth Shue, who's all over him as a stunt, and Daniel-san looks on, making the Ralph Macchio face. Then just when Daniel-san starts winning, Miyagi comes flying in and hits him in the head with a bonsai tree, causing him to lose the title, selling him out in the process. And the movie wraps up with Miyagi, Kreese, the rich guy, and Shue celebrating over Daniel-san's battered body as the crowd collectively laughs at him, followed by Daniel going to the shower and hanging himself. The end. A fitting finale. Never happened. The movie ends with Daniel retaining his title, raising Miyagi's hand in the air as Kreese and the rich guy tried desperately to look outraged. And just like that, the most memorable sports trilogy movie of all time was finally over. Maybe we never found out what happened to Daniel LaRusso when he grew up, and which, I mean, we have now because there's a Cobra Kai series, but
That's true.
What did you think of that?
I've read that before. I remember reading it now.
Okay. It's great though,
it's pretty
right?
good.
Like, my dad and I regularly would lose it at Mr. Miyagi flying in and hits him with a bonsai tree. And they just like let that happen. And then everyone stands around him laughing.
Clapping. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now that I've padded out our runtime,
and now we're at an hour.
yeah, that was the goal. It's an hour.
Look at that. It's a miracle.
Just like the Catholic Church.
It's a karate miracle.
Oh, it's a karate miss miracle. Bye.
We'll see you next time, whenever next time is, for season 3, whenever that is.